All right, here we are at the 2026 St. Germain Show and Swap. Well, here we are just walking into the St. Germain Swap, and I'm not even in, and I'm seeing something I never seen before. Snowshoe Scorcher. Edgerton, Minnesota, it says. So pretty wild. This gentleman's telling me somebody told him maybe it's Viking parts. It does have some Viking looking things going on it, and it's got the poly track that you'd often see on a Viking. Pretty cool. Well, normally I start out in the swap, but let's start out at the show. It's overcast, so that's going to help a little, maybe with the lighting. I'm sure I'll have to doctor it up too. But beautiful collection of Articats right here. Just beautiful. I always love these Z's here with the hips around the skis. Cool. Awesome liquid race motor. 580 EXT special. Nice little Jag. Another Tigray. 340. Trent Mesner Skedaddler, of course. Got this moto ski. Commercial sewing sled. That's kind of cool. Oh, XCR 800 in a Gen 2 chassis. Awesome. All right, I'm here with Tom, and this is a very, very famous XCR 800. Tell them what's special about it, Tom.
That's awesome. It has over 40,000 miles and the motor's never been apart.
This is the one on the AMSOIL page.
That is correct.
The story is about your sled.
Yep.
You're the original owner then, I assume.
I'm the original owner.
Are you still actively riding it?
Yes, I am. I put like 1,200 miles on it this past winter.
Holy cow.
Yep.
Holy cow. So, you've never worked on the motor, but you've certainly had to do some work to it. What have you done to it?
In 26 years, it's only mechanically broke down once. The water pump had to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
And that was at 22,000 miles.
22,000 on the original water pump.
On the original water pump.
My buddy Tim's gonna love hearing that.
Yep.
Water pump Tim.
And it has the original drive bearings in it still, because if you do a little maintenance and change your oil and grease them, the bearings will last.
Wow.
It does have a newer primary and secondary. They finally just couldn't be rebuilt anymore at 35,000 miles.
Eventually the stem gets too worn out.
Yeah, that's what it was. So as you can see, I take pretty good care of it.
I'd say so.
And under the hood still looks just as nice, because
That's a 40,000 mile sled, and it looks like you just restored it.
It's not.
Oh,
I clean it. I take very good care of it, obviously, and it's been a perfect sled for all these years. And I'm finally kind of retiring it, gonna take it to vintage shows and probably ride in some vintage rides every year with it.
Wonderful.
Not gonna ride it on a regular basis anymore. But she'll start right up and run. I haven't started it yet today, but watch it not want to start. But it does.
Awesome.
I don't know if the picture of the odometer there.
Oh yeah.
A little 40,000 plus on it.
40,068 miles.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's if anybody's got a good seat, I'm starting to get a little bit of.
If 40,000 miles
seat.
might need a seat.
Yeah.
Great story, Tom. Thanks for showing me the sled.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you. Yep.
Really clean Indy Sport. Really clean XCF. I think these are owned by the fellow that owns the Blink Bonnie restaurant here in town. Or so I was told. He was the guy with the mannequins and the leather. So maybe we'll talk to him later. Very cool, nice RV. Nice Mach 1. Formula Plus. Oh geez, look at this on the end. It's the Barbie Z. How about that? Morning. The Barbie Z. I think that's a custom. Well, I don't know that Skidoo would have done that, but Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so there's the giveaway sled this year. I don't know, raffle sled, not a giveaway. We saw this at the hall too. The Hall of Fame people have been out since very early in the morning working, and boy, it's like 7:30 right now, I think, maybe 7:45. You can see things are pretty well set up. These brutes are awesome. This one's got the factory race pipes poking out the hood. These brutes are such cool sleds. All liquid cooled, but here's my favorite. This is my absolute favorite brute, and you know why? Because it's got Mikuni carbs on it. The Macy's and later Scorpion brutes had the Mikuni carbs on them. And then this one too, with the Scorpion on there. And you can tell when you see this, they put that on as opposed to the flatter older hood. These had Walbro carbs, and they put that on because they needed to put on some 90-degree adapters to hang the Mikunis on those. Pink Panther, pretty cool. These little Lynxes, I've ridden them. They're actually pretty fun. Little 250 one-lunger sometimes. This one's a twin. Looks like a 5000 Free Air LT gray. They got a nice display of clothing and stuff back there. 69 Panther here. Super nice resto there. Oh, the Rare Turf Tiger. So Hardcat made this for Grass Dragon, and it's got a lot of wheels on the skid. Otherwise, kind of like an EXT. And there's a EXT from a slightly later year, and a 650 EXT. Wow. Wow. You know, there's some muscle right there. And a Jag. Jags were, you know, when I was growing up, these just had this reputation of being the most reliable, fun family sled a guy could have. Really pretty cool to see it. Right, into the swap. Per usual, there's Craig Marchbank at the first swap booth there. So that's awesome. Got some, not surprising, Craig's got Skidoo stuff out here for sale.
Good morning, Nutter.
Good morning. Good, doing great. How are you doing, Craig?
Fantastic, buddy.
Well, thanks for doing this again. This is
Great day in St. Germain.
It is. It is. Best swap around, except for, well, you guys in Princeton, you're a dead tie.
Right on.
How about that?
Have a great day.
You too. Oh, look at this ultrasonic. That'd be a great project for somebody. Pogo. You know, you guys love your Pogo Yamahas, some of you. We got I think we got the Bear Creek Boys here from the Bear Creek Boys YouTube channel. Checking out their stuff. They brought a lot of stuff to sell.
How much? $70? Oh.
Pretty cool.
That's a nice windshield. Yeah, that's a...
Morning.
Morning, how are you doing?
Good.
Morning.
Good morning. Boy, they got a lot of interesting stuff. These guys, they come up with so many early 70s sleds. It's incredible. You got to check out their channel. I'll put a link to it. All right, we're here with the Bear Creek Boys, of course. Here's Mike, and Mike, how's the swap been for you?
It's good, actually. Sales were great, people were great, and the weather's great, so trifecta.
Yeah.
All good.
Awesome, awesome. You know, you guys, I want to say this about the Bear Creek Boys. They're younger, but man, they're into the late 60s, early 70s sleds. They've got hundreds of them. They're doing all kinds of sled videos. So if you're watching my videos, a lot of you are my age, you should check out these guys. They do some really good videos.
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of fun with really old sleds. You know, 70s and into the 80s a bit.
Oh, yeah, we'll creep into the 80s a bit there, but definitely mid-70s to late 70s is our pride and joys. But we're starting to dabble in the late 60s even, which is cool stuff. So.
They're just about into ASCOA territory, Antique Snowmobile Club of America territory.
Yep.
They're knocking on the door.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. So.
All right, man. Well, thanks, and you know, we'll see you at the Midwest Ride-In, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we'll join Nutter, maybe even Kevin.
Yeah.
Get everybody out there. Probably bring a ski rule. Potentially, maybe a couple ski rules. We're gonna get you into it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get out there and meet some more of you guys out there. So.
And you got to play the game. You got to bring the Canadian Orphan or whatever it is that year. You're supposed to play the game.
Yes. So that's in the works for next season. Plan to see us there.
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys.
You bet.
All right, a whole bunch more Yamahas for sale. 1200 on a 94 VMAX 600. Another 1200 on another VMAX. 700 on that one, and $1,000 on this one. So there you go. Lots of deals for Yamaha guys today. Oh, and they brought a trailer full of parts too. Wow, more project sleds, and the prices are right. $450 for the Bobcat. What do you got there? Ski boost cover? You see, he wants to move them. I bet those prices are negotiable. 73 Stinger 340.
You're such a drag racer. You know darn good and well you can make that.
He's got a Suzuki 340 over there. Our friends Pete and Rachel, they need this. But
Electric start. When do you find them?
oh, Pete needs it. If I see Pete Davids today, I'll tell him about this.
Pretty complete.
Oh, remember when vintage? We got to talk to Steve. Steve brought parts for me. Brought parts for that Scorpion 340.
I just can't even get my foot out. I gotta grab my belt like it. Kind of do the.
All right, we're here at the Hall of Fame tent, and I wanted to show you the literature they bring down. And this stuff is great. And if you're wondering, this is where you can buy your Ola Vane clutch tuning handbook, or you can go to the Snowmobile Hall of Fame in St. Germain. They also got the carb tuning and all kinds of other awesome books. I'm going to pick up a copy of Starfire Kids there. So there we go. All right, more displays. The memorabilia here is always awesome. There's always a ton of it. Check out these huge Cat and Polaris bags. $160, but where else do you get one? Maybe eBay. It probably won't be much cheaper. Cool old snowmobile crossing sign. Scorp sign, vintage helmets. Cat oil drum. Somebody needs to get that, turn it into a, into a trash can in their cat shack. Take that lid off. Trophies. You need some sled trophies? There you go. Toad Spaghetti. Here's all your trophies. One Linger 100 top 10. I got one of them in my shop. Oh boy, I missed over here. I don't know how I missed these. Look at these beautiful twisters. Very cool. It's got one hidden in the trailer, and it's got a Pantera. Oh, that's a Panther. So looks like a 4000, and it's, I don't know, just guessing at the year, 75-ish, maybe 74. I'm not sure. Charlie's got this Mercury pull behind and a TX in his trailer. Here at Steve Perrick Jr.'s trailer, pro vintage racing. So Steve always brings a lot of stuff to swap. Morning, Steve. Morning. I'm going to have to voice over because of the music, but I'll just put under here, Steve says hi. Always cool stuff there. All right, already sold, but this is a 1980 TXC, and I'll talk about this for a second. So these were a free air 340, like a TX 340, but the TX 340 had a cleated track, and the TXC had the 121 rubber track, like the 1980 TXL, or all the TXLs. And so that's kind of what makes this special. The TXCs were always sort of intended to be a cross-country racer, hence the Dash C, TX Dash C. So kind of a cool find to see here at a swap meet. The 1980s are pretty common. A guy can find those. The first year 79s, not so easy to find. And then the 81 and 82 with the fan-cooled oil-injected 440s. 81s can be found. 82s are very rare. So there you go. Of course, if you go to Eagle River, you'll see a ton of them out on the ice oval. The 81 and 82, that is. So there's a beautiful 1980 TXL. Look at the color on the gas tank. Sharp sled, already sold. Check out this nitro. This thing's beautiful. It's sitting in the swap. I don't see a price tag, but it looks nice enough. It should probably be in the show. Very cool, very nice. Same guy's got a great big Articat sign too. Super cool. All right, here's some cool stuff for sale. Scarul RT500, that's a twin. One of them brown Panteras. You guys fell in love with that one of Mike's. 600 XCR.
Howdy, Nutter. How you doing?
Good morning, how are you guys?
Good.
You guys brought some of the more interesting sleds to the swap.
Yeah.
Love that bubble nose Scarul, that thing's awesome.
Absolutely. They all need new homes.
Oh, luckily I didn't bring a trailer. All right, 150 bucks ran when pulled. Articat Trail Cat, 80 bucks. I remember riding these when a kid in my 4-H club bought one. Must have been like 78, I suppose, 79. Seemed cool at the time. We'll say that for it.
Got a little bump steer though.
He had a little bump steer. That is correct. All right, Tundra, long track Skidoo, 2,200 bucks. Well, it's not a very common sled, so if you're looking for a long track, there you go. All right, so let's talk about this. This is my swap treasure so far, and I bought it. I gave him his asking price, and I'll tell you what, the reason I bought it is, it's not really an ATV clutch. And I told the seller this too, he didn't care, he got it for free. But I looked up this Polaris part number online, and I've shown that in other videos, but you can go to the Polaris parts catalog, type that in, and I found out that is a Sled clutch. It's a 30 taper clutch. It looked like it was used on 550s, 340s, Fanners, but whatever. It's a brand new Polaris clutch. When you guys see me throwing these new clutches on, it's because A, I hate rebuilding old clutches, and B, I scour swap meets and I find them. So they're out there. So there you go. Clutch lesson for the day. Always check that number. All right, look at all the NOS Polaris cylinders. Good morning, how you doing? And others, he's got Articat, Polaris, John Deere. This is the place to find the rare stuff.
Yeah.
Some TXL sled cover, TXs. He's always got the good stuff, folks. Guys, here's my buddy Mark Knockmoose. Mark, how far did you come down here?
Oh, about 8 hours.
Came down from Roseau for the swap?
Yes.
Well, that's awesome. Show us what you got.
I got a new old stock tack. Got some old Hearth coil covers.
Some posters?
And a poster. Can't show you though.
Can't show the poster
No,
on
I'm
camera?
not gonna. No, it's just a Polaris poster.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You guys got to see Mark's jacket. He is from Roseau, folks.
Let's keep going.
Oh yeah, proud to be. Proud to be.
All right. We'll see you later, Mark.
We'll see you later.
All right. We got a couple cats back here. The EXT and then Cross Country Cat. Those are cool. Should we peek? You think it's got a rear gas tank? Yes, it does. Very cool. All right, check out this Cross Country Cat seat. New cover with foam. And look at the metallics in the green there. Cool. Morning. All right, we got a nice Evolved 500 Classic electric start with reverse. It's a grand, but I think the condition makes it worth it. And it's an extra 12. I bet that thing rides like a dream. Here we go, XC500 with a Liberty, 1,500 bucks. That's a good price for, I believe it's an Edge, right? Yeah, good price for an Edge.
Bought it new in 05, it was driven by my daughter.
One owner sled, woman driven? Oh guys, that's a bargain.
And hasn't seen snow since 21.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's a beautiful sled. All right, let's start over. So let's look at these really clean sleds. So this is a 500 Classic, electric start, reverse, beautiful. He's asking like $2,000. Here's his info. He said you can call him. ZR600, nice. He is not brand loyal. We got a Skidoo Formula Deluxe here, also nice. All right, we got a 500 Polaris with a Really cool hood on it. Indy XC, 500 Liberty. Great sled for somebody. And we got another Polaris here. She's got the XC10. She looks like it's an XC700. Gen 2. As is, this one is also a Gen 2. Very nice. And then he's got a nice SRX. So he's got something for everybody here. Oh, he sold it already. All right.
There, go right on the blue. You get a nice color in it.
Awesome. If you want one of these sleds, give them a call. Oh, the old Colt is sold. I wish I got here sooner and seen the price on it at least, but beautiful sled. If you wanted to join the Antique Snowmobile Club, you can buy something like that and join. That's what they ride. Very cool. Liquefier, $440, $975 he's asking for it. Indy skid, juice brakes, rubber track. You know, somebody's giving this some love. You can see they did a little handlebar post mod, stood the bars up a little taller, recovered seat. That's a good vintage rider for somebody.
How does it go so good and so bad?
MXZ 800. All highway miles, adult driven. Sure. All right, here we got the Harley snowmobile, and I can see from here it's got electric start, $1,800. Cool sled. 73 Capri, $900. And we got an early Skidoo, a 65 Oli, $500. That's decent looking, you know. Another one, if you're a Skidoo guy and you wanted to join the Antique Snowmobile Club, I mean, get something like this, join them. All right, look at this patriotic wrapped flat nose TX. $28.75 he wants for it. That wrap is very cool. And, you know, being America's 250th anniversary this year, very appropriate. Great looking sled. And he's got motors and stuff here for TXs too. All right, we got some more cool sleds. 550 Super Sport, Trail Indy, Formula Plus.
No, it's a girl.
Cougar. That Cougar's pretty cool. Electric start, factory reverse. Neat vintage rider for somebody. $150 for this TNT, and I'm sorry if you're a fan of these, but this is certainly a contender for the most homely snowmobile they've ever made. Nice little snow pony. It's got some skidoos on the trailer there. What do we got here? A Bearcat. Arctic Cat's heavy hauling machine. Ice fishermen, trappers. I think it'd be a bear on the trail, pun intended. Got a 5000 free air LT gray over there. Another snow pony and a Scamper from Moorhead, Minnesota. I know nothing about that. All right, better look at the Scamper from Moorhead, Minnesota. It's got like a Terra tire, I'd call it. Like a Ditch Witch tire on the front. Wheelbarrow tires. Oh, that's in the back. The hood's on the back and the handlebars are on the front. Ain't that thing interesting? Pretty crazy. It's got a motor in it, a little 4-stroke. Interesting little device. Very nice Indy 500 there. Real nice. What's it say on the handlebars for a price? $650, 6,700 miles on it. But, you know, good vintage rider for somebody. Reliable sleds. 90s Polaris helmets there. You know, cool stuff. For me, it'd be a wall hanger. I don't think I'd ride with that. Extra 12, but it's got Fox shocks. So if you've got one of the extra 12s with just plain hydraulics, you know, pick something like this up at the swap meet, get those shocks rebuilt and throw them in your sled. All right, here we are at the outdoor portion of the show, also known as the well-lit portion of the show. So let's start here with these Mercuries. You know, I know they got numbers, they're model 220, the other one's a rocket, but this 220, I always call them the Mercury locomotive. They kind of look like an old Art Deco 1930s, 1940s locomotive to me. Kind of cool sled. Lightning, kind of, you know, in between the locomotive and of course the Twister series. All right, here's a pretty diverse collection. 440 Panther, XLT, SKS, absolutely beautiful. All right, we're here with Steve Hill from Owatonna, and you might have seen this XLT before on the internet, but not on my channel.
That's a fact.
What's the deal?
Well, this one is it's a 1996 XLT RMK, which I think all in all they're fairly rare. I got it from Todd Klein. He remembers the sled well. It's from Idaho. All right, it had a turbo setup on it.
This is the turbo that went into Jason.
Correct, into that 650 that he built. Mm-hmm. And he sold it to me after putting the altitude compensating 3-carb system back on, which he figured was probably brand new.
Yeah.
So whoever had this from Idaho must have switched it over to a turbo almost upon purchase.
Sure.
So, but what a sweet running machine. I mean, Todd sold me a really nice sled. And of course I've got the trash can on it.
Yeah.
And I haven't been bothered about that yet, but the regular muffler is also with it. He sold that to me as well. And I really think I got a pretty fair deal from him. So,
well, good deal. Glad to hear that. You guys, everybody knows Todd and I are friends. So
yes, sir.
Always good
to
hear
that.
that.
I think he may have gotten the airbox from you for this one.
He might. I remember something. Yeah. I think I did give him an airbox. Yeah.
Yep. That was the one.
Well, tell me about your other sleds. Did you restore this this Panther?
No, sir. This one's original as well.
What?
Yep. It's a 72. All of these machines, I've got the first 4 here.
Yeah.
And they belong to my grandchildren.
Look at the seat on that.
Oh, I know it.
In the bags.
It's incredible.
It is incredible. I guess there's a few little tiny witness marks just to prove it's not painted. But
yep. But
wow.
All in all, it came to me not too far south from here. A fella from can't remember the name of the city, but he had it advertised on VintageSleds.com.
Sure.
And I went and looked at it. I got him down only $100. I mean, he knew what he had, but all in all, really, and this has been the real conversation machine for sure.
Really?
Because, well, there's been so many people that come along and they say, I had one just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there were thousands of them made.
Yep.
Thousands.
How about those Evinrudes? Is either of them rotary?
Neither are rotary. They're both the opposed twins.
Oh, it's a quiet flight.
Correct. Yep.
And you know the story on the quiet flight?
I think they padded the interior of the hood or something.
The 71s were so unbelievably loud. I had a 71 Johnson, the same thing.
Sure.
440 post twin, and it was just loud. And they realized that was a detriment to sales. So yeah, they quieted them down.
That wouldn't surprise
They did a
me.
whole different muffler. So your gas tank is in the back on a quiet flight.
Correct.
And in 71, or what year is
That's
that?
a 72.
72.
It's in the front.
They were in the front. There's a muffler there now. Would you mind opening the hood and showing them?
We can do
And
that.
that was a big part of the quiet flight, was the muffler got a lot bigger.
That would make sense. Oh, I can see that.
Yeah,
compared to the...
You can see that muffler up front is rather large. And that's where the gas tank is on the other one.
You're right.
The other really interesting thing about these is they always use these really wide belts.
Yeah.
What is that? It's got to be almost 1.5 inches. It's probably like 1 7/16 or something.
Considerably wider than anything else, that's for sure.
Well, Scarrool did it too.
Yeah.
Scarrool had the monster wide belts, but I don't think they interchange. You want to show them under this one?
Sure.
We'll show them what it looks like. So you can see this one has the gas tank back here. And this one, that's just more storage. And this one has the gas tank in front.
Muffler down below.
And that's the early muffler.
Yeah, but not, you know, it isn't real loud, yet it is considerably louder than the 73.
You want to know my favorite thing about these, Steve? These are reed valve sleds. If you flood it, and now you're holding the throttle wide open, you're cranking it over, it honks like a goose from the reeds.
It does. It did.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing about these is the goose call.
I love them.
Yeah, And they always had reverse. They got neutral.
Yep.
I mean, these were deluxe sleds back in the day. They
you
were
bet.
like a Cadillac in the day.
And in the 70s,
They had a lighter.
you had to have a cigarette lighter. This one,
That's your spark plug access for the back hole, too.
That's
oh,
right.
they put the lighter under
put
the
lighter
compartment.
in there.
Yeah, they did a lot of changing for that year. The one thing, another thing I like is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Quiet Flight's actually got a fiberglass dashboard.
Yeah.
And these earlier ones are plastic,
These
and
were
they're
plastic,
kind of prone
right.
to breaking. I broke mine on my
Yeah.
71.
Yeah.
So I do like that too. They did make some good improvements for 73 with
Even
the Quiet Flight.
just in 1 year, I agree.
Yeah.
That one says it's got 464 miles, and they've
Holy cow.
The guy that I bought this from thinks it probably has about 300 actual miles.
No kidding.
Yeah.
There it is, folks. 464 miles. Awesome. Steve, thanks for showing us your sleds.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
All right, next to Steve's, we got an Indy 500. We got this cute 340 Enticer, Exciter. Got a TNT. Awesome. All right, we showed you most of these Yamahas last year. They're back again, the VMAX 4. And there's a lot of people here, but refer back to last year's video for the VMAX 4 technology. We showed you those bulkheads they got set up. They're really cool. But yeah, here they are, the heavy metal of the classic sled world. Nice old rat sled. Feedback seat cover. Yeah, put a hearth in it with flat slide carbs.
I was going to say that. It is a Hearth motor.
You don't see flat slides on a 634 Hertz very much. Another Evinrude like the 72 we just looked at. All right, nice snow jets. Oh, one longer Thunderjet. Nice, nice. Looks like a LT Gray and a Cowie Shark. Of course, it's a clone. We all know the originals were all crushed, but that is a sweet looking sled. Very cool. Very cool. All right, got a Ole, it looks like, and Sunnyside Farms John Deere. Love the vintage lettering. All right, we got Chaparral, the big free air triple, but check out the exhaust system. Yep, Donaldson's instead of tuners. Pretty wild, pretty wild. He did put Makunis on it. Makunis are nice. Turns it into a very rideable sled. Another Chappie. Firebird SS. Very cool. John?
Yep, John.
John, tell me about your sleds. Tell me about this. Is this a 650 Thunderbird, or is it an 800?
It's I'm not allowed to trail ride my race sled, so I still wanted a race motor on the trail sled.
Okay. So you built it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of did it like as a what-if deal. I built everything like if the way it would have been done back in the day.
Sure.
So, and I always wanted to know what 3 Donaldsons on a race motor would sound like. So
I got to say, I've never seen it before. But I can see that you've done a lot of stuff to make it trail
You just take the pile
rideable.
of parts, you stack it up, and then you stand back and go, that'd look cool. And then you start cutting.
Nice. Well, I see you've done a lot of cool stuff to make it trail rideable. You've got Mikuni carbs, a Comet primary, a Polaris secondary, and juice brakes.
Yep.
How did the brakes stop?
Yeah, really good actually.
Really? I
Yeah.
imagine you got a lot of leverage on the little rotor there, so that's cool. Awesome. How long ago did you build this?
Oh, I probably finished it, I bet 10 years ago now already.
Holy cow.
It's been finished a while, and then something breaks, and then you fix it again. And
So how many trail miles do you think you put on this?
I've managed to get to at least one ride a year. So
That's
I don't know, maybe
crazy.
such a 10 miles a year or so.
Well, still.
It's not a lot, but
For a custom like this, that's a lot. Most people don't ride their custom at all, you know?
just
So
hose it down and blow it
Yeah.
off with air at the end of the year.
yeah, most people don't even put gas in them. That's
They're
cool.
a lot easier to load when they have gas and run.
Right. Yes, they are. How about your Firebird here? Is this stock, or have you modded out this?
This is his original sled that he bought new, and I rode around the house when I was a kid.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then when I was redoing an 800, I did twice the parts at the same time, and he didn't have a clue that I took this apart on the shelf.
Nice. So restored it for Dad?
I guess so, yeah.
Kinda. McCooney's again. He surprised you?
I had no idea he was doing it.
That's awesome.
I turned around at one of the shows and I said, well, where'd you get this thing?
Nice. So what motor is this? Is this a Noah?
It's a Fuji.
It's a Fuji?
484. They would have used the motor in 75. That never happened.
Okay.
But he ran his original 440 out like in 74. So he put this motor in 75, and that's how we always rode it.
Nice.
And then this had endo pipes when I was a kid and stuff, and then he put them on his liquid. So this was just kind of sitting around forever.
Gotcha.
And then I just basically, I always wanted to do an SS with all the options I could think of.
That's cool. It's cool.
For as beat as it was from us when we were kids, it's amazing how many parts I was able to save.
That's nice.
And then he had a homemade seat riser on it, and I just used a Chaparral seat riser, so.
Okay.
But it's way more comfortable ride like that.
Yep, you bet. Well, thanks for showing it to us, John.
You bet.
All right, Rups. Check these guys out. Beautiful 440 Magnum. I always love those. What for sure in the top 10 best looking snowmobiles ever made. Beautiful. All right, 71 Magnum 440. 71 800. Oh boy, we better look around the backside. Oh, look at that. She's a Hearth honker. 800, I think. I don't know. It's a big triple. Oh, he's got a 600 triple over here too. Wow, he brought out the goods. Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Oh, cool. Cool race sled. Rupture, it says on the hood. Very neat. All right, little Arctic Cat display here. Lynx. Jag. And a cheetah with a pull behind. All right, we got a Ward's Riverside Snow Go. Obviously made by Polaris. Was it made in Bajur?
I don't know that.
Oh.
What was built by Polaris?
It's a Polaris. And a beautiful TX next to it. Free air, 79, last year of the low hood. Got a nice skidoo going on there, TNT. 440 Tigre. Alouette, Eliminator, very cool. Alouettes had these, they had these skis. So I have a friend named Brett that rides Alouettes, and I asked him about these skis. Do they work good? And he says to me, well, John, nobody else copied them, so what do you think? So a little wisdom from my friend Brett there. And another absolutely beautiful Rupp Nitro. All right, here's a couple sleds I'm not familiar with. Jack Track Snow Bunny. I mean, I guess I've heard of them, but I have definitely not seen many of these. Very cool to see unique sleds like that. And a Larson. Now, I've seen a few of these, but also very unique. And a 67 Arctic Cat Panther 292. And when you're looking at these from the late 60s, pay attention to the front bumper. That's a tell on what year it was. 69, the bumper went full length of the belly pan. All right, folks, I'm here with Wes Hall. You all know Wes Hall. And what innovative products did you bring here, Wes Hall?
Well, I gave you the ones I did have. I started those little plugs that you put in on the side bumpers of these Polaris wedge sleds. So you take that little plug off of those nuts, I should say.
The very back of the wedge bumper, there's a little plastic plug over that, usually an Allen bolt or maybe a Phillips back there at the back.
Actually, I think it's a
tiny
nut. It's a 3/8 nut.
A 3/8 nut.
Right.
Okay.
You can only get a real thin wall socket in there. But anyway, those plugs when they pop out, they're always junk.
Yep.
Polaris doesn't sell them anymore. So I figured, well, I'll find an existing design and I'll modify it to fit this. And it took me a few tries to get it so they'll actually fit nice, not break when you pop them off. So and I started producing those now. So I got them in like red, black, white, pink, and purple if you got some custom stuff you're doing. So
Cool. Cool.
and then obviously I started doing these. I started doing some pull cord handles with custom logos.
I just put in an order for my XC600, so there you go, folks. And he's got these ID plates too. He's been doing that for quite a while.
Yep. And I've done some custom logos for some people too. I got a gentleman who's a buddy of mine. He has a snowmobile. He works at a dealership, and I started with their factory logo. I started putting them on theirs, and he's got a couple that he bought for his. So
nice.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. It's nice to be able just to spread the different ideas out there, not just into these side bumpers and stuff like that, just to add a little flair. It's not a billet handle, but do you ever let go of a billet handle in the middle of the winter and he slips out of your hand and it comes crashing into your hood and cracks your hood? Yeah. So these are a little more forgiving. They're just as strong as anything from the factory for as far as plastic ones, and you can put a custom logo on there, or any of these other pre-existing ones I already make. So
how do they get a hold of you?
Well, I mean,
Westhole at Gmail.
Yeah,
Westhole1 at Gmail.
Yes, Westhole1 at gmail.com. If you're not a part of any of the Facebook groups, that's where I'm at mostly. But yeah, Westhole1 at gmail.com is an easy way to get a hold of me too. So, and I check my emails multiple times a day anyway. So yeah, that'll work as well.
There you go. All right, thanks, Wes.
Take care, buddy.
All right, so that's a wrap on the St. Germain Hall of Fame swap for 2026. You know, for the first time ever, I didn't actually cover the whole swap, and I'm beat. It was great meeting everybody. I spent a lot of time talking to people. Well worth it to miss a little bit of the swap. Just a great time. Appreciate everybody I met. And, you know, I want to say a huge thanks to the sponsors. Roll the sponsor roll here. Nutter Speed Shop is sponsored by Metro Performance Fuels. Please give Adam a call for all your performance fuel and race fuel needs. He is based out of the same building as Minnesota Motorsports, near Wyoming, Minnesota. Nutter Speed Shop is also sponsored by Minnesota Motorsports. So if you need snowmobile repairs or a complete race sled build or anything in between, get a hold of Chet. We really appreciate your sponsorship, guys. Thank you. All right, and I want to say a huge thanks to the patrons. Really appreciate the support of the patrons, and met several here today, and some I knew already. But it was great seeing all of you that were here. For those who don't know, I run my membership off-site on a website called Patreon, and it's the same thing as a YouTube membership, but not on YouTube. That's better for me, and I can do things on there I couldn't do on YouTube. So anyways, there's that. Check that out if you're interested in becoming a channel member. Want to also say a huge thanks to everybody that's given us a super thanks or sent anything to the P.O. box or the PayPal. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for your support, and well, we'll see you at the next swap.